Now we're going to do an example of a definite integral. This is the integral of x equals e to 6 of 1 over x times the natural log of x dx. Solution. We will use u-substitution. And that would be, in this case, we'll say let u equal the natural log of x. Then the differential du, well, you know the differential is defined to be equal to u prime dx, where u is ln x. So u prime, when u is ln x, will be 1 over x dx. Okay, now we're ready to do our u substitution. Thus, our question, the integral from x equals e to x equals 6 of 1 over x times the natural log of x dx is equal to the integral from x equal e to x equals 6. Now what I want to do is get the du portion at the back, and what I have at the back is just dx, so I'm going to factor out the x in the denominator, and over at the end I'm going to write 1 over x dx. So you see now we have the entire du in the back portion of this integral. And what remains we'll put in front of it. And what that is would be 1 over the natural log of x. So we really haven't added anything to the problem. We just busted up the ratio, the fraction. We brought the 1 over x out to the back, so the very back could be representing the differential du. Okay, now another thing we have to do before we do our u substitution, we have to establish new limits of integration. Instead of them being relative to the variable x, they must be relative to our new variable u. So let's do that here. Let's take a little detour and discuss the limits of integration. Well, we know that when u is defined to be equal to the natural log of x, and x is equal to e, that would imply that u would have to be equal to the natural log of e. And by definition, the natural log of e is simply equal to 1. Also, we know for the upper limit, we know that when u, again, is equal to the natural log of x, that's what we established. And now we're going to use the original upper limit, x is equal to 6. That will give us our new limit of integration, u, our new upper limit, is equal to the natural log of 6. Okay, so we're going to use these new limits of integration and do u substitution, continuing here with the integral. So this is equal to the integral of u equal, our lower limit is now 1, and our upper limit is u equals natural log of 6. And then over here we do our substitution, our u substitution, we get 1 over u du. And that's because if we look back up a few lines, we see that with the u substitution, u is equal to ln x. 1 over ln x is 1 over u, and then the last portion at the end, 1 over x dx, is a differential du. Okay, so let's continue evaluating this guy. This is equal to, let's go ahead and evaluate it. 1 over u du is equal to the natural log of the absolute value of u. We learned that in lecture. And that's going to be evaluated for the limits u equals 1 to u equals a natural log of 6. Okay, now evaluating that, we have the natural log of the absolute value of the upper limit, natural log of 6, but we really don't need to use absolute values around natural log of 6 because we already know that it's non-negative, minus the natural log of 1, and again 1 is non-negative, so we don't need to use the absolute value bars. Now the natural log of 1, that is simply equal to 0, so our final answer is the natural log of the natural log of 6. So this was a little exercise in evaluating definite integrals, those that have limits of integration.